Hey, what's up, everybody? Listen, I know I've been telling you that I got a stent in my heart on Friday. The operation went really well. I got a few people asking questions. I was kind of vague and a little all over the place about what the thing was, mostly because I was kind of trying not to think about it, but at the same time keep you guys informed. Totally appreciate all the support. Yeah, and a big apology to Nick DiOrio. He talked to me for an hour, and I didn't bring up the upcoming operation once. It had mostly something to do with it. Like I actually had the EMTs come twice in between the time that the the scheduling of the operation, the actual operation, because I had blown over 200 on blood pressure. And I'd rather not be dead or I'm trying to avoid that. So I apologized to him about not bringing it up. There was a reason for it. I thought he already knew. Maybe he wasn't comfortable talking about it with me. I heard it was pretty funny what happened on Dave's show. I have to go check that out. But that's really right. So I was thinking, like, I didn't give Nick the whole deal. Maybe I didn't give you all the whole deal. I'll tell you exactly what's been happening. As you guys know, I have a huge blood pressure problem, and it seems to have a lot to do so far. Although I'm still telling me it's two different problems. I'm still being told. But there's definitely a dramatic drop in my blood pressure. But I still have a blood pressure problem. About when I came back from France, I was walking. I've been doing more walking lately to kind of get myself to a situation where I actually thought I could start running. I'm way off from that. And I started getting a pain in my jaw, and just a weird feeling, you know. Wouldn't call it like, wasn't like a shock or anything like that. It was like it felt weird. And then one time I was walking, it was a little hot out, and I was short of breath, and I'm like, oh boy, you know, my medicine has been changed. I don't know how many times in the last 3 years since they've noticed this blood pressure issue. And what happens is they change it, and it gets good, or it starts to look like it's it, and then it just gets bad again, and then they make a change, and it gets good, and then it gets bad again. I've noticed going into this jaw thing, like I'm on a ridiculous amount of medicine and nothing's working. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately, like how frustrated I was. It's like it got to the point where, you know, I just didn't even want to look at this anymore because it ruined my whole day. Like, God, I'm doing everything I'm told, and it's nothing. There's just like no improvement. I'm walking. you guys know, and I haven't had a cigarette since January, early January. And one of the few times I ever kept a New Year's resolution. And it turns out it probably was just in time. I was told that I had 99% blockage, not in the big artery, the widowmaker, but the one, it still can kill you. You know, in the one that's less dangerous, but, you know, still can be deadly. It was pretty much all blocked up, and yeah, it probably didn't matter what my blood pressure was, and it probably increased the issue. And yeah, so I was days, if not worse, months at worst, at least months away from a full-blown heart attack. I had the pain in my jaw. I went online. It said I could have a toothache. It said I could be dead in an hour. It's like most of the times when you look things up, they say don't look stuff up on the internet. Go to the doctor because it'll make your mind wander. And I looked at it, and it was so, you know, it was everything from fatal to toothache. I did ignore it the first time. Second time I had it, I was like, you know, it's time to go. Schedule an appointment. It happened one or two more times in between that and the appointment. And I went into the doctor's office. They rushed me immediately across the street to cardiologist. Cardiologist said, within 5 minutes of meeting me, angioplasty. We did the angioplasty, the heart. By the way, you guys that have been, I know it's really weird to hear this stuff. Like they say they're gonna run a wire up to your thing all the way up to your heart, right, and then put something in there, and it scares the shit out of you. I got to be honest with you, I've had much worse operations than this. I was up the next day at a football game. I'm outside playing with my kid on Sunday, and I can actually work out today or take a hard walk. So anybody brings this up, don't turn it down. It is not that painful. It's painful. I'll tell you exactly how painful it got. Do you ever get pricked, like a bad shot, right? And you go, ah! That's as bad as it got. That is as bad as it got for me, the angioplasty. And I don't remember shit else. So if doctor recommends it, look, it's scary. I was scared too, but don't be an idiot. Do it. So that's really the only lecture I'm going to give you. Just don't. You just like you're kind of a pussy if you don't. I'll be on me. That's the beginning of my end of my grandstanding in my lectures. So yeah, I quit smoking. Obviously, beer is not in my future, which is unfortunate because it's something I like. But yeah, that's pretty much done. Really haven't really had a drink in 2 weeks anyway. And I think that's the end of that. I think it's a drink once in a while, and it's not going to be beer. And I also mentioned that the doctor's going to send me away to some kind of like fat boy PT, as we called it in the Army. So I may take upwards of a month off. And I think I'm going to make that like no social media. I know it's going to hurt the channel, it's going to hurt my presence and all that other stuff, but, this is the last season anyway. I'm starting to wonder if the whole last season gimmick was, subconscious. It was something in my subconscious. And, we're obviously still doing the show, and we'll do it after the months, but as far as this channel was being as aggressive, we really changed it a lot as far as its attitude. And I really want to make a push towards changing the content as well, without insulting you guys and saying, and not pulling iDubbbz or something. I don't want to do that. I want to bring you aboard and welcome you, and we're going for laughs. I'm through with tabloid journalism. I'm through with grandstanding. If I call somebody out, it's not going to be because I'm calling you out. It's going to be like I disagree with that. I think that's ridiculous, and I think that's funny. As far as like I don't feel any obligation to make this a better place. I feel only obligation to you and your the bottom line, which is yucks. So that's where the channel's going in the future. So as for me, I think I've probably been given a couple more years of life. No joke. It's like, I don't think that's an exaggeration. 100% blockage. Oh, by the way, the other arteries are like I go for an update in 3 months, another one after that, and or they're checking it out, and then hopefully I've lost a lot of weight by that time. Like quitting smoking was like probably saved my life, but at the best time it also blew me up another 40 pounds. It was very difficult for me to quit smoking and not eat at night, which is something I do. I'm working. That's the next thing. I think it'd be a lot easier if I'm in a sort of a boot camp type scenario, which if my insurance company said it's cool, we're going with it, because my doctor's like all for it. For some reason that doesn't go through, which I don't think so. I'll figure out something else. That's it. So yeah, the only way I think basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait on Keem. If he wants to put me in the if he wants to put me in that podcast, which I really love to do. I'd love to be like the kind of the mediator in the Boogie Wings podcast. Love to do it. I think I get a lot of laughs out of that. I have got 2 Fat Boy PT options. I can go local, so I can do it. I can do the show and everything else. I could just do the Fat Boy PT and come home at night. But for some reason that doesn't come through, then I wanna go away. I want to go away for a month. I can do both. It's not a big deal. I talked to my doctor about it today. So those are my plans. Those are my plans for the channel and me. And I look, whatever happens here, you guys have been fans and you've donated so much and your time. And I get your messages all the time and get a lot of love over the last couple of days. I appreciate it. But, whatever happens, I can always promise I'll have some kind of internet presence. But it's obviously I'm not going to be prolific as I once was. I still do want to make videos again. It's getting around to between German homework, my son's soccer, and just being a husband. And sometimes I like to, go to bed with my wife at the same time rather than chewing the shit with you. Call me crazy. I think I've spent more time with you than I have with I've spent more nights with you than I have than I've, especially with the after shows, than I went to bed with my wife, which is pretty pathetic if you think about it. But I know this is a little scattered, this message. I've been a little scattered, if it makes any sense to you. Truth is, I had a pain. I had a bad feeling about it. I had it checked out. Turned out to be days to months away to lights out, Jack. Doctors did a fantastic job. I'd shout the doctor out right now, but I know people would like fuck with him and stuff. He's a German doctor that loves U.S. troops and does his own private works for U.S. troops. And he's kind of getting he's kind of getting used to me now. He's not telling me, well, if you want to do it this way, you want to do it. I was like, Doc, don't do that. You know, you're the officer. Tell me what to fucking do. And he's like, okay, I want you to go to boot camp. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. I was like, yes, much better. A to B. You know, and then yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. So this is my heartfelt story. And tonight should be live and going forward. Yeah, regular going forward. As far as that, except if pay attention to the my Twitter for scheduling changes and obviously the community tab. Right now it's Monday, Sunday, Monday, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Those are the days the podcasts come out. We always gonna have extra ones. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Schedule changes, which they're probably gonna be a lot more going forward. Especially coming into the end of the months of the soccer seasons. All the Champions League, all the leagues are pretty much in their, I don't want to say for you Americans, sort of the playoff. It's the end of the line. It's championship time. And yeah, after that, then yeah, we should be good. We should be good, and that's all I can think to say. How do I feel? I don't think I felt this good since my 20s. I guess I'm getting more oxygen or nothing. I don't know if it's my doctor doesn't know either. He doesn't know if it's like one of those like after deployments like high, or maybe I'm just taking in more oxygen. Who knows? Dave says it wasn't breathing as heavy when I was talking to him yesterday, so I don't know. So see you soon. What do you want? Well, I got to go. Peace.